Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we'll be talking about tutorial 5. So in this tutorial we'll be making use of a Docker image using a Docker file, and in this tutorial we'll be completing the full processing of packaging and containerizing and running a Spring Boot application using Docker. This tutorial teaches one of the most essential skills for modern backend development and cloud development. So let's first go through my files. As you can see, the first file that I have is Bootstrap and BLoader. Inside this, what am I doing? There's a class that runs automatically when the Spring Boot application starts, and its only job is to insert a simple BA record into the database, and if the database is empty, it enables a login, log debug, and log info. So, and I have this sample UPC code which I used for the BS to find the unique product code. Without any further ado, let's get into it. We have our Spring Inject, and this repository, we're using this repository so that we can save the BA records into the DB. After that, we have this method which automatically execute a startup, and then it loads the essential beer data into the database and synchronize so that it cannot be run by two threads at the same time. So I'm gonna also show you my domain. Inside my domain, I'm creating a class. I'm importing Java, Mac, big decimals, and all that for my API so that I can see what am I doing. But I want to show you the main role that I did so that our Docker image can be displayed, because this whole tutorial is only focused on the purpose of creating a Docker image. So it's a simple customer model. This is not a database. So we have the unique ID and the customer's name. Then we go to our repositories. Just wait a minute, my laptop is slow. So when we getting into our BA repositories, just wait for it. What we're doing is it is the data access layer for the BA entities, and it gives CRUD operations automatically thanks to our JPA, and it also includes a custom query method based on a method name, and then it finds the BS by the exact BA name and returns the paginated result corona pageable, and then find all by the BA name. Then we have the find all by BA style and find all by BA name and BA style. It finds a BA using its UPC, unique product code, and then it returns a single BA, not a page. Now I want to go through the Docker file, what I did. So as you can see, guys, I have my commands. I'm telling a Docker file to run these specific commands when I start up my application, and I'm gonna run the Maven clean package. Now, why do I run the clean package? It removes the old compiled files, and then I have the package. It compiles my Java code plus the runtest, and it generates a JAR. It saves the final output to the target folder, and this ensures that Docker receives a fresh, clean, production ready app. That's why I did that. Then I have Workadia, which is my app, and from Ellipse to Mania version 21. We are on Spring Boot version 21 now. So it's gonna expose it on port 880 or 881. Then we have the entry point Java or app Java. So I want to take you through my commands, what I did here in my commands. So firstly, I had errors first. I didn't know what I was doing. So what I did is I ran this specific command cd, which redirects me to the specific folder that I want. I saved it as the app kbbe rest bureau remain, which is dir, and dir shows all of my what is this files in that specific folder. As you can see, I have crc target get it no and my Docker file to show that my Docker file exists. Then after that, I go and um, test out my I go and test out my app if it's running well. Well, I build my app first, which is T. Just wanna show you. I build the Docker file first, which is minus T KBE REST Brewery. This is the name of my app. So what it's doing is it takes the Docker file in this directory and build an image and name it my app. And then it tags it as a latest. And what the result means is that a Docker image is like a frozen snapshot of our app. So it contains Java 17. So as you can see here, it's loading the metadata from the Docker. My Docker is building correctly and we're getting the success output. Here I got some errors when I tried to navigate to my port 8080 and I got it wrong. Second time I changed it, I say docker run -p 8081, it's normal 8080. My app KBB REST Brewery. As you can see, the app is running successfully here, and I want to show you what we get in our front end API. Let's just wait for it. Now, as you can see, I navigated to my API version 1 beer. And what are we getting? We're getting the ID, the beer name, which is Mango Bobs, and the beer style that we declared in our repositories and our, if I remember correctly, our, what is this? Let me just go up. In our Bootstrap, we have the beer loader and all that. So we have the UPC, the unique product key. As you can see, we have it here, the price, the quantity on hand, date it was created, and the last updated date, and the ID, and beer name, and the beer style, and the UPC. As you can see, I have different beers. I have two different beers, the Mambo Box and the Galaxy Cat, and the beer style, which is Pale Pale. Everything is running well, and I want to show you that the images are running well in my Docker app also. As you can see here, we have KB REST Brewery, and this is my image container. We have the image ID to show that everything is running well. So let's click run and see if what I'm talking about is true. So we're gonna run this. As you can see, Docker has its own terminal. It's the same as the intel.js. As you can see, my app is running successfully here and it's building nothing. I'm getting no errors and it says finished Spring Data repository. Everything is running on port 8080 and it says no load time wait ignoring JPA. Initialized our JPA entity manager, and then we started our KBE REST Brewery and we loading our data. And what happened, our two records for our two beers were loaded and everything is running well and our images are formed correctly. Let me just add in my recording. We have our PoxML. Our PoxML contains of our third-party packages. As you can see, we have our plugins, Springbook Maven plugin, and we have our Lombok Abstract binding. And what do we have again? We have our Springbook starter. We have our Lombok H2 database. We have everything in here, and our version, we're using version 21 for this specific application. Let me just see. When I go to my services, I have the beer service, I have the customer services, and this is the whole idea of tutorial 5, making sure that we generate the images in our Docker application and it shows our front end 2BS in our API. Hope you learned something from this vid, and I hope you click the subscribe button to view more of my content.